As it stands, it looks like this Super Tuesday is a lot more dramatic than previously anticipated. Because remember a few weeks ago, people were saying that Bernie was going to clean up, right? But then after Biden dominated South Carolina, he was neck and neck with Bernie. And what's propelled him even further was getting help from a few new friends.
Former Vice President Joe Biden is riding into Super Tuesday on a fresh wave of support. 3 of his former rivals, Pete Buttigieg, Amy Klobuchar, and Beto O'Rourke, made last-minute endorsements before today's critical votes. At a dueling rally, Senator Bernie Sanders spoke in Minnesota, Senator Klobuchar's home state, where he extended an olive branch.
To all of Amy and Pete's millions of supporters, the door is open. Come on in.
The door is open, but close it after you walk in. Air conditioning isn't cheap. Come on, quickly, quickly, quickly. But yes, last night was big for Joe Biden because he got all the endorsements of his former rivals. Yeah, Buttigieg came out to say Joe is the only one who could unite the party. Klobuchar came out to say that Joe is the best choice for moderates. And Beto O'Rourke came out to remind people he still exists. I was the guy who dropped the F-bombs. So you don't have to be a genius. You don't have to be a genius to notice that the Democratic Party right now is at a crossroads. On one side, you've got Bernie's revolution. On the other side, Biden's return to normalcy. Now, some people fear that this could become a rift that destroys the Democrats. And Donald Trump wants to do his part to make sure that happens.
No, I think it's rigged against Bernie, but maybe he'll pull it through. It was rigged against me 4 years ago, and I pulled it through. I think it's rigged against Bernie. Buttigieg just went out and said something, and probably they'll say, hey, look, if I win, I'll put you in the administration. That's called quid pro quo, right? Quid pro quo.
Yeah, something tells me the only thing Trump has learned from the entire Ukraine scandal is the phrase quid pro quo. You know what it's like? It's almost like Trump has one of those word of the day calendars, but every word is a crime he personally committed. If you ask me, this whole nomination is being embezzled. But Trump isn't the only thing plaguing the Democratic primary right now. There's also an actual plague. You see, because the coronavirus is out there, right? And there are concerns that Democratic voters are not going to turn out the way people expect them to because they don't want to pick up the same pen that 1,000 people have already coughed on. So to put the voters at ease, the Democratic Party had to improvise.
Super worries on this Super Tuesday, not over how voting is going, but how this virus is spreading.
We've given hand sanitizer, sanitary wipes. We've given gloves to our poll workers. We've also given them some instructions from the CDC about how to use hand sanitizers, just proper hygiene.
Some are actually sending greeters to people's cars to take their ballots right from them so that nervous voters don't have to interact with the public.
The polling locations aren't very busy inside because of drive-by voting. Hey, are you changing it from Klobuchar or Buttigieg? Yeah, so you're coming in and you're going to mark it differently. Yeah. Can we ask you who? No. Okay, no answer.
Yeah, because of coronavirus, polling sites are giving people hand sanitizer, they're giving them gloves, and some states have even instituted drive-by voting, which is apparently not as cool as it sounds. No, because when they said drive-by voting, I thought it means someone pulls out of nowhere and just like, this is for Medicare, bitch! I voted. Now, while election officials are trying their damnedest to limit the spread of the coronavirus between voters, at a Bernie rally in Minnesota last night, Congresswoman Ilhan Omar seemed to be going for a completely different approach.
Are you all ready for this revolution? I want each one of you in the audience to take a quick moment with me. Hold the hand of the person to your right. It's gonna be all right.
No, it's not. What are you doing? This is like step-by-step instructions for spreading coronavirus. Okay, now lick your finger and put it in your neighbor's nose.